Ladies and gentlemen, as most already know, Nasti has a very unique ability, where in her skill 3 she can build a ranged tile. Now this is mainly used to make ranged operators' positioning more flexible. But much like Stainless with his turret, there are also some unusual combos this ranged tile has with other units. And here are those I found. First we have Fuse, the free 5-star from Siege collaboration. There's an interesting combo that his skill 2 has with Nasti ranged tile. You see, in his skill 2 he will use his cluster charge. But much like how he used it in the original game, it can only be placed on a wall. This skill has a pretty powerful AoE damage. But because he needs a wall in front of him, it makes his skill 2 very awkward. However, he can actually use Nasti ranged tiles to deploy his skill 2, making his skill 2 a bit more flexible. Next is his fellow rainbow operator Blitz. Well, in his case it's nothing too crazy. His second talent says that he has a chance to ignore incoming physical damage. But this talent will only active if there's a high tile or a wall beside or behind him. And when this talent is active, it's indicated by that aura around him. And yes, you can use Nasti ranged tile to trigger his talent. But weirdly enough, from what I tested, Blitz's second talent synergy with Nasti will only activate if he is deployed when the tile is already built. When I deploy Blitz first and build the ranged tile later, his second talent won't be triggered. But oddly enough, activating his skill will make the talent active. Moving on, besides Blitz we also have Savage, who has a similar talent. If there's 2 ranged tiles, or a wall on her 4 adjacent tiles, she will get attack and defense bonus. She doesn't have a visual indicator to show when this talent is triggered, but you can still tell from her stats. And yes, Nasti's high tile does work with Savage's talent. But much like Blitz, when I deploy Savage first and create the tile later, her talent won't trigger. And activating her skill doesn't do anything. Next we have Lezialta. Lezialta's skill 3 will summon these electric currents on the location of the enemy she hit. This electric current can of course damage an enemy, but they won't stay still, and will travel to all 4 cardinal directions. But once the electric current hits a wall, it will bounce back. With that in mind, it's recommended to use Lezialta skill 3 in a tight spot. And with Nasti, you can create a ranged tile to block a pathway for the electric current. Moving on, there's a really interesting combo you can do with Chen upcoming second altar. In her skill 3, Chen will unleash this dragon attack similar to what you see in Yu's debut event. It will deal devastating blows to all enemies it touches. But here's the thing, the dragon will keep moving following the ground path in front of it. And once it touches a wall, it will turn 90 degrees clockwise. So as you can imagine, the dragon can easily go out to the location you don't want it to. And this is going to be a massive waste, since the dragons make up for the majority of damage from this skill. Now here's where Nasti comes in handy. Her ranged style can be used to block the dragon's path, similar to Lezi's electric current. So you can somewhat lock the dragon in a place where you want it to be. The last unusual strategy I found is with the upcoming Zimaralta. Zimaralta's talent 1 will allow her to deal stun and additional AoE damage if there's a ranged tile or a wall near where her hammer strikes. In her skill 2 she will also get an SP bonus if you trigger this talent. It's a really easy talent to activate honestly, so using Nasti is hardly necessary. But yes, you can use Nasti ranged tile to trigger Zimaralta's talent. Well, I suppose that's all the unusual synergy that Nasti range tile has with other operators. While not always having a big impact, this kind of combo is one of the reasons I love Arknights. It makes the game more interesting than most tower defense. That should be all. Adios.